Hey everyone! This week I wanted to give you all an update on some of the ants and colonies in our collection. Also, I have some exciting news about the channel that I know many of you have been asking me about. So get yourself nice and comfy because this is a jam-packed episode. Welcome to another episode of The Ant Keeper, where I upload every week about all things ant related. If you find yourself enjoying this video, please subscribe and join the AK Colony. Your support really helps me out and I really appreciate it. First, I wanted to update you on two colonies that we watched move into their new homes, the Meat Ant Colony and the Polyrhachis Ammon Colony. They're both doing really well. The Meat Ant Colony has finally moved out of their test tube after weeks of indecisively living between two homes. The queen ant has been busy laying new eggs, the next generation of workers. I'm really pleased with how this colony is progressing, even despite moving home like they did. I was thinking, if merely disturbing them, simply exposing them to direct light is enough to stress them out, then moving house must be an emotional roller coaster. This is a tough colony though, and I'm really excited to see how this colony develops, grows, and becomes a bigger member of our collection. The Polyrhachis Ammon Colony is also doing really well. Despite experiencing 2 casualties shortly after moving into their new home, compared to the Meat Ant Colony that had just 1 casualty. Despite that, 2 new workers have emerged from their cocoons early last week. The more I observe this colony and admire their reflective golden gaster, the more I fall in love with this species of Polyrhachis. I find myself appreciating this colony more and more as I spend time observing and learning from them. They're a truly magnificent species that I am extremely pleased to have. Moving from one golden ant to another, here is our golden-tailed bull ant. I would consider this queen to be the crown jewel of our ever-growing collection. This seldom found beauty is developing just as you could ever hope for. Can you guess what she's been up to? She has laid 5 eggs, although sometimes it can be hard to find them. She does move her eggs around her setup from time to time. As you may be aware, as a general rule, the bigger the ant, the longer it takes for the brood to develop. I don't mind though. I can wait as long as I need to for this queen to do her job. I was thinking the other day, this queen actually kinda reminds me of a dog. Whenever I walk into my ant room, she's pressed against the acrylic walls, welcoming me, almost like she's trying to get my attention for a pat on the head. I know she doesn't really want a pat on the head, but I feel like I have a more personal relationship with this queen compared to other queens who seem unaware of my presence until I inspect their test tube setup. If you're an ant keeper and don't already have a member of the Myrmecia genus, I implore you to get one, if you have the means to in your area. They really are a delight to have. Do you remember the Blacklight video I made a couple of weeks back? Well done to everyone that tried doing that setup for themselves. It's amazing to see how many of you were inspired to try blacklighting for yourself, and even most of you have already caught queens. I caught 2 pale-legged sugar ant queens, which I'd love to share an update with you on. Many people have wondered and asked, sure, you can catch queens with the blacklight setup, but are they really fertile? And you know what? That's a good question. And up until now, I couldn't really prove it either way, at least not with my own experience. However, I'm pleased to show you how these 2 beautiful queens are going. They both have well-established brood, with cocoons that are ready to emerge with brand new nanitics any day now. Their growth has been exceptional since I've caught them. I love it when the founding stage is up to this point, when you can begin to make out the features of the silhouette of the cocoon. It's exciting. I noticed when continuing to do further tests, the best time to do the blacklight setup was just before a storm or the night after one. Here in my area of Australia, storms are very common, particularly around this time of year. As I continue catching new queen ants, I'll be sure to update you when I do. There are a few other queen ants I want to share an update with you on, but first I have a special announcement. In our queen ant hunting video, I asked you, the AK Colony, would you like to join a Discord server to talk all things ant related and keep up to date with competitions? And if you did, I asked you to like the comment. Thank you all who expressed their interest to join and connect on a Discord server like that. Well, I have great news. The Ant Keepers Discord server is online. If you're interested in joining this server, click on the link in the comments section or the description now to attain the early supporter role limited to just the first 100 people. This server is of course brand new, so I don't have any administrative staff just yet. Also, there will be adaptations and changes to the server as the community grows. I also started a Facebook account for this channel where I can connect with you on ant keeping pages. Keep an eye out for me and say hi if I join your local ant keeping page. I want to show you a couple more queens that have developed nicely since you've seen them last. A couple of months back, I caught a funnel ant queen wandering around a car park. I was in total awe as I saw this incredible queen. Watching that funnel ant queen has got to be one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had as an ant keeper. I was shocked at just how graceful she was. How could you not admire this incredible ant? Isn't she amazing? A couple of weeks ago when I was feeding our ants, I almost fell off my chair when I noticed 2 new workers caring for their mother. Since then, this colony has developed into the small colony that we see now. The process of catching a queen ant by surprise, raising the queen, and watching the new workers emerge one by one is a feeling difficult to compare to. For me, there is no other way to describe it other than a truly satisfying feeling. One of the reasons why I love ant keeping. Speaking of satisfying, I recently updated you on a bunch of new Polyrhachis queens I found. You'll be pleased to know that they're all progressing really well. I even found some more as I go about my travels from other locations. It's amazing really. I have never seen this species of Polyrhachis in the wild before, and now I find them literally everywhere I go. I'm not complaining though. This species is a pleasure to watch and raise. Their metal-like colour is pretty cool too, I think. If there was such a thing as little robot ants, I think this is what they would look like. They're growing up really well with slightly different stages of brood across them all. I'm so excited to see how these queens continue to develop and become colonies. One of them will become a forever member of our collection. If you made it this far, then make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, it really helps me out. Also, have you subscribed and become part of the AK Colony? If you haven't, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe and join the ant keeping community and be a part of one of the fastest growing colonies here on YouTube. I'd like to know from you, did you enjoy getting an update on some of the queen ants and colonies in our collection? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you everyone, I will see you on the next video. Until then, ant keepers unite.